So in the last episode, Lillian came across a lot of studies to prove that the green space near your property has significant value. Living near green spaces really changes people's lives. It improves careers, incomes, relationships, and is beneficial to your overall physical and mental health. We were all left feeling very surprised. Today, we're going to look at property options in London and how we can maximize this green space benefit. So, Lillian, hi.
Yes, so even you want to invest in central London, where most of people who think green space is very limited, you can still find a lot of modern developments with resident gardens.
This is important, right?
Yeah,
resident garden. Okay.
actually, think about it. If you live in an apartment building in London, your resident garden is a very important reflection of the overall quality of the development.
Totally agree.
You see the garden every time you enter and exit your home, every time you look outside of your window. You perhaps see your garden more often than your second bedroom. You know, it must have some long-term effect on you over time.
I would say so. In many ways, it serves as the kind of the face for your property. You invite friends over, they see your garden first. It means something. So people thinking about renting, buying an apartment, before they knock on the door, they have to go through the garden. So let's consider this to be important. Often it's a thought after space with carefully planted trees, flowers. It automatically forms, a really good impression. Central London now, we're talking about mostly zone 1, zone 2. People are paying huge premiums to buy or rent in this area. So for these type of upper market consumers, quality, details are super important.
Yes, and high-end developers these days are competing with each other over garden designs. Many of the developments I'm selling have their gardens designed by world-famous landscape architects.
Right.
Some have sky gardens, rooftop gardens, gardens with water features, exotic trees and flowers. So yeah, if you choose a high-quality development, you do not need to step outside to enjoy some peaceful green. And very often, if you choose well, the premium you are paying is actually not that high.
Yes, if we start to consider the property in most circumstances is a long-term investment. A fixture like a resident garden, as long as it's well taken care of, well maintained, is a real benefit. It will increase over time.
Matthew just raised a very good point here. So when you choose a development, yes, you pay attention to the quality of the garden. You also want to pay attention to the developer and the management company. Sometimes they are not the same company. You want to ask, are they capable of providing high standard maintenance over a long period of time? If you buy from a large developer with long track record, very likely after 5 or 10 years' time, your garden, your gym, your lobby, and many resident facilities are going to stay the same. But suppose if you buy from a one-off small developer, you need to make sure the management service is going to be consistent over time.
That's the key word, consistency. Yeah.
What you don't want to see is after 5 years, when you plan to sell your property, your once beautiful garden is now scattered with bog patches and tired-looking trees. Strange-looking people.
Yeah, this is something to really be careful with. So we definitely agree with you, Lillian. You need to buy from a reliable developer. Good thing about London, especially in Zone 1 and Zone 2, of course, there are an incredible amount of beautiful public parks, and most of them are free of charge.
Yes, and developments near parks these days are very popular, especially among young families and senior citizens.
Right. Green space, perhaps not the first thing you look for when choosing your future home or future property investment. But hopefully after watching these videos, you will see some fresh perspectives and just some awareness, hopefully give you some awareness of how important the spaces inside and nearby your development are. If you wish for us to look at some specific developments in future episodes, please leave a message below. Tell us what you'd like to see and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.
Tell me then, what is your favorite park in London?
Battersea Park, probably. The Thames, quite central, big park. The Battersea Dogs Home is very famous. And I like the power station architecture.
Yeah, the power station is impressive. They're going to turn it into a high-end office space.
Yeah, before that Chelsea Football Club were going to change it into a stadium. There was a weird plan for that.
Yeah, now it's going to be the
Offices.
headquarters for Apple. Have you noticed there is a Japanese pagoda inside? That is it.
I thought it was a Chinese.
It's a Buddhist pagoda from Japan. It's actually a gift from Japan to your country.
Okay, so what's inside the gift? I don't know.
A monk.
Sorry?
A monk.
A monk. A monk inside. Really?
Yeah, the monk came with the temple as part of the gift.
Really? Okay.